Cities Magazine. I'm your host, Kimberly McLeod, and joining me today in studio is Ryan and Crystal Verba, both from the Footprints Conservation Society. Footprints, tell me a little bit more about what you guys are out to do.
Yeah, Footprints Conservation Society, we started about a year and a half ago, just with the idea that if we could reconnect children with projects that are related to the earth and the environment, that they would innately have a deeper connection and therefore a better future for themselves and for the planet. So we decided, hey, let's go into the schools with this program. We put together a program called How Big Is My Foot? And it's just active things for the kids to do, relay races like for recycling and flashcards that, you know, they have to play games with as far as, you know, what can you do to, you know, reduce air pollution. Things like that get their minds working with very simple concepts. And I mean, the idea is not that we go into the schools and say, look, you need to recycle and you need to do this. We don't come at it from that angle. We come at it from, look, here's some things that you can do, and this is why, and it's cool and it's fun. We work with kids that are typically age 6 to 12. We have done younger and we have done older, but that's typically the age we work with, and at the end they're certified as Earth Heroes. They have a certificate and everything, and we've heard some pretty amazing feedback from parents and teachers that say the kids go home and put their Earth Hero certificate up, and you know, are very aware of what's in the fridge and where things go, and healthier eating concepts that we try to teach them. So,
well, let's go back to your name now, Footprints. I mean, that's a unique name, and I guess it goes obviously on the idea of what your environmental footprint is, right? And teaching these kids that, you know, hey, when you drive a car or you know, buy from the store, what, you know, it's leaving a footprint on the earth. Is that?
It's exactly where it came from, and it has evolved, because when we first selected the name, it was like, what is your footprint and how can you reduce your footprint, which it really still is, but we've realized that the only way to really make people understand that is to get them involved in doing something that does it. I mean, there's enough talk about what people need to do, and it's time that we actually start doing things. So that's why in this community we've focused most of our efforts on community enhancement projects, where we bring the kids out and are like, look, this is a forest that needs to be planted. Here's an opportunity for you to really lead this project. And they do. They come out, and we're having one soon, and it makes a huge difference. If a child planted a tree when they're young, they tend to have that stick with them for years. They understand.
That connection almost,
exactly.
Right?
It's just innately there, which is what our focus is.
So tell me a bit more about the tree planting that's coming up and what that's like.
Well, last year we started out, we're like, you know what, we need to get our name out there, we need to do something. So we hosted our first fundraising gala last year, and we didn't know what was going to happen, but we ended up raising $4,000 that we were able to put towards a tree planting project at Panorama Park, which is up Johnson Hill right next to Panorama Heights Elementary School. Right. So those classes are going to be directly involved with the planting the week of October 12th to the 14th. And then on October 15th is the big major hurrah where the community comes out. We're having a live performance by a local band, the BC Trees. And
how fitting.
Yeah, I know. they do a song about all the trees in BC, and we saw them perform. We were like, that's perfect. You need to come to our event.
So what is the ultimate goal, I mean, for you two to be involved in this?
Well, you know, it's growing so quickly that we're kind of molding that as we move forward. Right. Because when we started, we didn't have a clue how big it was going to get, but it is. So we're really hoping that we're starting local. This is our home. We want to make a difference here, but we're testing it. We're testing our model and putting together packages so that we can expand provincially and hopefully nationally in the years to come. So we would basically be funding this organization and spreading our cause and what we feel is so important across Canada.
You guys are brother and sister, which
yes,
is so cool to be, and you're co-founders, obviously. Yes. So you're sitting around one day and looked at a tree and thought, hey, I want, you know. How did you get this started?
Just, I guess we're a little bit frustrated with the loss of awareness that was happening around us, because I mean, we spend lots of time in nature. We have a deep respect for that, and I think that we need to, you know, we're obviously living in a certain time where we need cars, we need a lot of the things we use. We would never say don't do that, but let's stop for a second and be aware and remember what's important. Our families, what we're putting in our bodies, what's like giving us the nutrition we need to live. Let's just stop and think about these things. And I think that really it came from us starting to get a little bit frustrated. I became very ill. So I think all these things really brought to light that, you know what, if you know, we might as well do something about it, and as opposed to just complaining about it.
Take some action.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys are doing is so unique because you're starting a new generation, you know, of kids that are going to be totally different thought process than maybe what we even had and those before. I mean, that's awesome. What a foundation to lay. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So tell me a little more about what's upcoming. You've got a raffle or a draw coming
actually,
up?
well, we're having our second annual fundraising gala.
Fundraising gala.
Yeah, so this year, do you want to talk a bit about it?
Well, yeah, we're doing our gala. It's going to be on November 6th.
Excellent.
And it's going to be a great event. We have a live band. Chasing Jesse is going to be performing, and we have tons and tons of prizes.
Yeah.
Well, last year we had so many silent auction items we couldn't even give all of them away. There was
Wow.
prizes, raffle prizes.
Yeah, we actually, we're bringing some back this year. Last year we had a signed Rolling Stones guitar.
Oh my gosh.
And this beautiful framed Frank Sinatra album with his signature, and that didn't go, so that's coming back this year. And a Goodfellas poster signed by all of the cast of Goodfellas.
Oh my
So we're
goodness.
bringing that back. WestJet donated a round trip flight for 2 anywhere that they fly. That will also be going at the auction or at the event. And yeah, we're so excited. It's been unreal. And we found out a couple days ago that TELUS is donating $4,000 towards our cause. This year we're raising money to put sustainable food and plant gardens in elementary schools in the area, so that the kids plant their food, cook their food, and understand the connection. Because we've heard too many times children thinking that food comes from the grocery store, which is just such a sad concept to me, because like, we really should be responsible for our health and to live. If there was no grocery stores, what would you do? And I think that it's kind of our responsibility, this generation, to be like, look, this is how you do these things. Because in the last 100 years, we've lost that. And I mean, if I didn't have grandparents that taught me how to garden, I wouldn't have any clue. So that's what our fundraising goal is this year. We actually hope to raise $20,000 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like you might almost be there.
We're volunteer run. We don't get paid anything. Our volunteers, nobody does. So really everything we earn does go directly back into the community.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
So how can people get tickets?
Well, you can visit our website, www.footprintseducation.org.
Right.
You can also call our office line, 604-949-1034. And tickets, you can Visa.
It's through PayPal.
Yeah.
Oh,
on the
awesome.
website. Yeah.
And you can also get them at the door, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can get them at the door, but we would love it if you bought them beforehand.
Please buy tickets.
And it's at Evergreen, correct?
It's at the Evergreen Cultural Center. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful venue.
Yeah.
And dinner's catered by Pasta Polo.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it should be a really great night. We're hoping, last year's event was so wonderful, but we're just hoping to raise the bar like 10 times even higher this year.
Well, it sounds like the community is supporting you guys. And
Oh yeah,
definitely.
very much so. The tree planting we're doing, I should mention, is in partnership with the City of Coquitlam.
Excellent.
As well as TD Friends of the Environment. And our sponsors for that were BC Hydro and Nature Care. So I should mention that because they really did help make it all come to fruition.
Amazing support for
Yeah.
the community.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the passion that you guys have for it. So, you know, that's awesome. Congratulations on all the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here today.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us.
These are the trees that I love because they help me breathe. These are the trees that be all around BC. These are the trees that you see as you walk down the quiet streams. Da-da-da, walk with me. Da-da-da. In and out of the trees, feel the breeze, gotta walk with me. From Panorama Park. Doo-doo-doo. Some say the trees are tight, you can believe the hype. I believe the red cedar is the tree of life. Seeing sights as a hike on the greatest search. I write my art on the bark of a paper birch. A success is true, get the best of you. Let my branches spread wide as the western U. Oh, now I'm supposed to spark this. The only coniferous to lose its needles is the golden larches. And forest still getting cleared, I hate to say, but like the red alder, I won't tolerate the shade. Nah, the first to grow is the pine, the hemlock over time. You have to climb to thrive like a ponderosa pine. My favorite tree by far. Puzzle pieces on the bark make me see the art. And when I start to get sharp and spit the truth, you can make a ship out of this like a Sitka spruce. Sip the juice. What's up with her? I can rhyme as we climb up a Douglas fir. Take a turn. What occurs when the plan is smart? We sipping tea in the trees up in Manning Park. Expand the art in my heart so it's plain to see. When my grandma died, we planted her a maple tree. Expand the art in my heart so it's plain to see. When I die, make sure you plant a maple tree. Yeah, these are the trees that I love because they help me breathe. These are the trees that be all around BC. These are the trees that I see as I walk down the quiet streams.
You're watching Tri-Cities Community Television.